Hey guys, happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be taking you through a core and a mobility session. So similar to Tuesday, I'm going to start off with mobility first. We'll start with our ankles, work our way up, and then we'll go on to some core movements. So to start, we're going to start with our ankles. So we're going to be over by a wall again. Once again, ideally your toe should be 5 inches out from the wall, keeping your heel flat on the ground. You want to bring your knee into the wall. So try to tap your knee 10 times. If you can't hit it at 5 inches, move your toe in a bit. The most important part is that your heel is staying on the ground. Perfect. On the 10th one, you're just going to hold this position. And switch legs, opposite leg, same thing, heel stays on the ground, tapping 10 times. And hold. Perfect. Next we're going to warm up our legs a bit. So facing the wall, holding onto it, you're taking your right leg, you're bringing it up and across your body. We're going to do this 12 times. And switch. Perfect. Next, you're going to face forward. You can stabilize yourself by holding onto the wall, and you're going to kick your leg forward and back. And switch legs. Do a deep squat. From here, you're just going to shift your weight side to side. Left arm goes up in the air. And switch. Keeping your hands on the ground, you're now going to slowly extend your legs. So if you can't touch your toes, come to your shins or even your knees. And slowly come up. You don't want to come up too fast. You're going to cross one leg over the other and go back down. Once again, slowly up. Opposite leg goes across and back down. Slowly up. This time as you go down, you're walking your hands out and you're going to go into a downward dog position. So you're pushing your palms into the ground. Your shoulders shouldn't be up by your ears. Your back should be straight. If your back isn't straight, put a bit of a bend in your knees. And from here, you're just going to walk your heels up and down. So we'll start with the right leg. You're going to lift your right leg up, bringing it in between your hands. Your back knee is dropping down and you're pushing your hip, not your knee, forward. And 8 circles. And 8 circles in the opposite direction. Putting your hands on the floor, your back toe is coming up and turning sideways, and you're just going to lift your opposite arm off the ground. Perfect. Hands back down, your foot is going back, your hips are going up into the air, and you're walking your heels up and down again. From here, you're taking that same right leg, lifting it up, and you're bringing it slowly to the outsides of your hand. And from here, you're going to drop your elbows down to the ground. Hands up, foot back, hips once again in the air, walking your heels up and down, and you're going to go over to your left leg. So your left leg is going to come up in between your hands, dropping that back knee, and you're pushing your hip, not your knee, forward. And 8 circles. And opposite direction. Perfect. Hand goes down, your back foot goes up and turns outwards, and you're lifting your opposite arm off of the ground. Hand goes down, foot goes back, hips up one last time, walking your heels out, and that left leg is just going to come up a bit and slowly to the outside of your hand. From here, you're dropping your elbows down to the ground. Hands up, foot back, knees down, and you're just going to sink into child's pose. You're going to bring your hands over to the right hand side, stretching out your lats. And over to the left. Back to center. You're going to go into tabletop position, and from here you're going to do 12 cat camels. So you're rounding your back and then arching your back. You're going to do that 12 times. Next, you're taking your left hand, you're putting it behind your ear. Your hips are staying square, so you're not moving your hips in this movement. And you're just moving your elbow as far as your T-spine will allow. And you're going to do that 8 times on each side. And switch sides. We're going to do a very similar movement. This time you're taking your whole arm. Your hips can move a bit in this position, and then you're dropping your shoulder down to the ground. So we're going to do that 8 times per side as well. Next, we're going to keep our hips up and we're just going to walk our hands out. And you should feel this in your shoulders. So it's kind of like child's pose, but your hips are staying up in the air. And hands over to the right. Over to the left. Back to center. You're just going to bring yourself into a cobra stretch. You're going to drop that left shoulder, looking over your right. And drop the right, looking over your left. And you're going to come right down onto your stomach. So from here, your thumbs are going to be out, and you're going to bring them over your head, bringing them together, and then behind your back. You're going to do that 10 times, so bring your thumbs together behind your back and over your head. On the 10th one, keep your hands behind your back and just kind of drop your elbows to the floor if possible. Hands go out wide, so you're keeping your hands on the floor. You're going to take your right leg, bring it across your body, and stretch out your back. And switch. Perfect. Next, going onto your side, you're going to grab the top of your foot and you're pushing your hip forward to deepen the quad stretch. switch sides. Perfect. Next, you're going to be on your back. So from here, one leg is flat, and your other leg, you're bringing your knee across your body. You're keeping both shoulders on the floor and keeping your arms out to your side. Put a bit of pressure on your knee if you'd like. And from here, you're going to bring one arm over, tap the opposite hand, and bring it back. And you're going to do that 8 times. Switching sides, other leg goes flat. You're bringing the opposite leg across your body. Both shoulders are staying on the ground and you're putting a bit of pressure on your knee. And you're bringing your hand across your body and back towards the ground. Back on your back, you're going to aim to get your fingers, your wrists, and your elbows flat on the ground. From here, you're going to bring your elbows in towards your torso, trying to keep all 3 as close to the ground as possible. So we'll do that 8 times. Perfect. From here, I'll have you slowly sit up. You're going to put one foot on top of your opposite knee. From here, you're pushing the knee into the mat. And switch. Perfect. Keeping your back nice and straight, your chest up, your feet are together, and you're bringing your knees as close to the mat as you can. Perfect. Bringing your left leg out. Your right foot is on the upper inner part of your thigh, hinging at your hip, grabbing onto your toe. Keeping your body facing forward, you're going to take that same leg, bring it out to the side, and this time you're hinging sideways, grabbing onto your foot. And switch legs, right leg goes out, left foot comes into the upper inner part of your thigh, hinging at your hips, grabbing onto your toe. Facing forward, that leg goes out to the side and you're hinging sideways. next we're going to go into 90-90 stretch. So both your legs are bent 90 degrees. You're going to put a tiny bit of pressure towards your back leg. And now you're going to fold over the front leg. Coming back up, keeping your chest tall, you're going to lift your back leg up off the ground 12 times. So you want this to be slow and controlled. And switch. Both legs once again at a 90-degree angle, and you're putting a bit of pressure on your back leg. And folding over the front. Coming back up, you're lifting that back foot off the ground 12 times. Perfect. So next I'm going to have you grab a dowel if you have one. If not, we can modify it to make it work. So what you're going to be doing, we'll start with an RDL pattern. So you're going to take the dowel. You want to have it on your head, your back, and the top of your butt. From here, you're hinging over, keeping each point of your back, your head, and your butt on top of the dowel. So you're hinging your hips, and it should not be rounding. Your head should not be coming off. You want it to stay straight. Down and back up. And we're going to do that 12 times. If you find that it's coming up, keep a slight bend in your knee, and it'll make it slightly easier. Perfect. And if you don't have one of these, you can just do it by putting your hands behind your head and just making sure your back is staying as straight as possible and not rounding. Next, we're going to work on some T-spine exercises. So you're going to put this behind your back, and you're just going to spin 10 times on each side. This is just testing your rotation. Perfect. Next, you're going to go down on one knee. So standing, was working your lumbar spine. This is more so working your T-spine rotation. So you're going to do this 10 times per side as well. Switch legs, and same thing, 10 times per side. Perfect. Next, feet flat. You're going to be sitting on your heels. You're going to take your arm, bring it across your body, putting pressure before or after the joint. Same arm, you're bringing up and over, pushing back on your elbow. And switch. And up and over. Hands behind your back, stretching your chest out. You're going to bring your forehead parallel with the ceiling. And chin to chest. You're going to look over your right shoulder. And your left. Perfect. Excellent. So next we're going to go on to the core part of the session. So we're going to be doing 6 exercises. We're going to be doing crunches, bicycles, heel taps, leg lifts, shoulder taps, and a squat with an elbow to knee. So we're going to do 20 of each. We'll take a break, and then we'll do that again. So we're going to start off with crunches, and then right away, without a break, we're going to go into the next exercise. So 20 crunches to start, so get into position. And 3, 2, 1, go. And 20. So from here, we're going to go into heel taps. It's 20 per side. Into bicycles, same thing, 20 per side. Into leg lifts. So you're starting with your legs on the ground. If you want, you can put your hands kind of just above, under your back for support. Perfect. Next we'll go into shoulder taps. So same thing, it's 20 per side. So you're going to go up into high plank position and you're tapping your shoulders. And the last exercise, you're going to be doing a squat and then elbow to knee. So that's just going to be 20 in total rather than 20 per side. So and rest. We're going to do all those exercises once more. Chill for about 30 seconds and then we'll go again. Crunches. We'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Into heel taps, 20 per side. Into bicycle crunches, once again, 20 per side. Into leg lifts. Into shoulder taps. So once again, 20 per side. and finish off with squat with elbow to knee. Perfect. Great work today, guys. So this will be posted on Facebook. I hope you all have a great long weekend at home, and I'll catch you next week.